From a trio of divas to a sweet encounter with nature, Hoopla has picked this week's best bets in Eastern Iowa. And the Gazette's Diana Nolan joins us now with more. Let's start with a group of wonderful, very talented women bringing Divapalooza back to the stage.
Yes, I've seen them together and separately many times over the years. We have Lynn Rothrock, who's all body and Bette Midler type. We have Jane Peeney, who's sort of the the 60s rock and roll, you know, kind of voice. And then her daughter, Janelle Lauer, is just that big, bluesy, gutsy. And when they are together, it's just dynamite is the best word for it. It'll just blow your socks off. And
they are performing this weekend at TCR.
Right, they're at Theater Cedar Rapids. So, you know, it's always a great time. They're calling it Estrogen Force Field. And I think one of their songs was something like a menopause blues or something. So you can imagine how it's always a little over the top, but fantastic.
And then coming up on Saturday, songwriter John Prine will be at the Paramount. And this is actually a rescheduled event from March.
Right, he had the flu. And if anybody else had the flu like I did, you completely understand why the poor man couldn't be out on stage. But he's a phenomenal songwriter. Everybody who's anybody has recorded his music, including he has recorded his music as well. And so when we were there, oh gosh, 10 years ago or so, whenever he was at, it was 10 years ago, he was at the Paramount. The reviewers said he turned it into a rowdy roadhouse, and I was there with our reviewer, and it was definitely a good, yes, of course, I was totally rowdy because I was off the clock. So.
I love it. Well, you have to check that out, and if you do have a ticket, it will be honored. If you had a ticket from March, it will be honored.
Yep, take that ticket from March and go down, and you'll have that same seat.
And then on Sunday, Honeyfest at Indian Creek Nature Center, and this is something you can get the family involved with.
Well, absolutely. I mean, what could be sweeter than a honey festival? Yeah, sorry, I couldn't resist that.
She'll be here all day.
Yeah. I'm just ramping up my act here. But, you know, our own Justin Gertz will be out there. And talking about how weather affects the honeybees. And there'll be kids crafts and beeswax, candle making and education stations, and a guy with a bee beard, and I assume a woman with a bee bonnet. Talk about having a bee in your bonnet. No, thank you. But Dutch oven cooking demonstrations, bake sale, music, food.
Lots and lots of stuff.
Everything under the sun.
Wonderful. You can check out this week's best bets at HooplaNow.com. Diana, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Cottage cheese, yogurt, ice cream, and milk in general could get more expensive.